and welcome back to a brand new episode of Nostalgia. I did just say it, didn't I? I am joined today, as always, by my wonderful co-host, Cooper Britton.
We got him, yes!
And today we're talking about Superman.
I am so excited for this episode, I'm not gonna lie.
Superman.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
This is a full review, I guess, of the first film into the DCU, or DC Cinematic Universe, or DC Universe, or whatever they're calling it. James Gunn's supervision starts now with his own directed film. I'm very excited.
Is it technically the second? Because does Blue Beetle not count as the first one?
I thought Blue Beetle counted.
Yes.
And then for some reason, people seemingly are just like, no.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Which is fine. I guess maybe it didn't do as well as they wanted, and they just kind of went, okay, we're just gonna leave that.
So I guess it's only Peacemaker. Peacemaker's the only thing
Even that is like DCEU.
Yeah.
It's weird. But Peacemaker Season 1 is DCEU. Peacemaker Season 2 is DCU. So I don't understand how they're going to do that, but I presume they'll find a way, surely. But yeah, Superman is our first installment. We've all been very excited about this film for a long time.
I've been so excited for this.
I've been cautiously excited. I've
been very excited. I let myself get a bit excited for it. I think it's because
the week leading up to it, I was definitely like,
yeah, I think it's because, like, for me, it's quite a big moment because, like, I was always a DC kid growing up. Like, I was always, like, I used to play the Injustice games. Like, I was always, like, my knowledge of DC was a lot better. Like, my favourite DC superheroes were always, like, the extended superheroes. Like, Nightwing has always been one of my favourite superheroes. I fucking love him so much.
DC's always been my cup of tea as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
More so than Marvel.
But I think with Marvel, how well the MCU was doing it, it was hard to not, like, enjoy Marvel more. So I've been very excited for this because it is, like, the thought of getting a Marvel-like universe for the DC where we get to see all of these extended characters, like, it made me. It's the concept of it that excites me more than the actual movie. I was just excited for the movie because it is the first, like, to see what they do, to see who they introduce, to see who they show, to see what little Easter eggs and teasers are in it.
I do like that they're taking definitely inspiration from Marvel, but like all the good bits, but not the bad bits. And it seems to be the direction they're going. Is like they're embracing making like Swamp Thing, for example, like a. I think they're doing Swamp Thing or Clayface as well. They're doing like R-rated like body horror films. Yeah, and I'm like, that's cool. It's in this universe. The only thing that's separate is Matt Reeves' Batman films, which I think is valid because they're very stylized and very much in their own sort of universe. Yeah. But like, I'm really excited I was always excited to see how they were going to do this, and I had a sort of idea in my mind of what it would be, and I feel like it's kind of matched it. Like it's. The best thing I can say about it is it really captures the sort of superhero comic booky style amazingly well. It does. And Marvel has done that more in recent years, but I don't think it's been consistently as successful. Obviously, this is just one film, so we will see. I don't know what the next project is, but I'm assuming we won't be waiting too long for it. This seems to be like the launch.
I don't know what it is, you know. I was thinking about this yesterday. I have no idea what it is. It must be Peacemaker Season 2. It has to be.
Probably Peacemaker Season 2. Then I'd assume Supergirl, right?
Is that a TV show? That's a TV show, isn't it?
I think it's a film.
Is it? I thought it was a TV show.
I mean, this is where we start immediately talking about the future of DC again, which I can kind of look into and see what they're... So Supergirl comes out next June, and it's a film.
Hell yeah. So I saw a thing that says like their goal is to do 2 movies, multiple TV shows, and an animated show a year. That's what their like idealistic goal is.
Peacemaker Season 2 comes out in August this year. Lanterns,
Lantern Corps. Is that soon? I didn't realize
that's early 2026, but is filming now. So
I didn't realize it was filming.
That's going to star Guy Gardner, who's obviously in Superman, and then it's going to be, I think R-rated, so it's going to be a little bit different stylistically, but it's in the same universe. Clayface and Supergirl both come out next year.
Wait, so they're doing a Clayface as well? Wow.
They're doing a Clayface film.
Is that Clayface? Is that DCU Clayface, or is that
DCU
Clayface for Matt Reeves?
No, this isn't Matt Reeves related. However, Matt Reeves is a producer on that film.
Oh, is he?
But it's actually I didn't realize it was written by Mike Flanagan. We might be cooking with this. Mike Flanagan behind Dr. Sleep and Gerald's Game, Haunting on Hill House. He's gonna be fire for Clayface, man.
So that's a DCU Clayface. Wow.
Yeah.
Straight away.
So this is the first chapter of films.
Yeah.
They're planning on doing Superman, Supergirl, Clayface, The Authority, The Brave and the Bold, which is the Batman film.
Brave and the Bold.
And then Swamp Thing. Which is James Mangold. But who knows what's happening with James Mangold at the minute. He's working on about 5 different projects, which are sort of apparently in development. But the ones that are actually happening, like Supergirl has been filmed. It's in post-production. Peacemaker is also in post-production. Lanterns is filming now.
Yeah.
Clayface is casting. They've cast their lead for Clayface, who was in Doctor Who a couple of years ago, so that's weird. But yeah, Superman sort of kicks all this off, and immediately the thing that I would praise immediately about Superman, in my eyes, was I love the fact that it starts and we're not getting an origin story again.
So when it first, I was a bit hesitant when it first started, and it was it was when they get to like the Lois Lane thing, and you know that Lois already knows. I was like, yeah, they fucking cooked this. Like, it was perfect. I'm so glad that they started like what was it, like 3 years in or whatever, or 3 months in, whatever.
It's
like
so well
they
known,
started further into the journey, because like if you want to see the origin, go and watch Man of Steel. Like, that's just how it is really. It's like,
go and watch Man of Steel, or go and watch the original Superman films,
Yeah.
or go and read the comics. It's like one of the most known backstories.
Yeah.
I think Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man are some of the most known backstories of superheroes. We do not need to see another adaptation of the fall of Krypton, and then Superman being sent to Earth, and then landing in the farm, and then growing up and using his powers and all that sort of thing. We don't need to see it. We don't need to see it now.
If you know Spider-Man's origins, you most like it is near like 1-on-1 to Superman's. Or is he not like foreign alien, but like
no.
Superpowers, grows up, works at a blog, meets a girl finds out, similar, get together. Like,
I did almost find it, like, I never thought of the comparison until this film when he has a line where he's like, I interviewed Superman straight after, and I'm like, that's very like Peter Parker coded of like, I just got these really cool ass photos of Spider-Man. How did you get that?
Yeah.
Just did, I guess.
It is really similar. Like, it is. But again, it's like, I'm so glad they did that, because there's a part of me that's like, I've seen Spider-Man's origins so many times now. Like, I've known Superman's origins in and out. Like, everyone knows it. So it was nice to get. And do you know what? The main thing for me was I enjoyed not having the rigmarole of the love interest having to piss about to try and work out who he actually is. Yeah. It was nice to already. That was the main thing for me. It was nice.
I think
to already have Lois involved.
I think that's what they needed to do. Is like, we'll talk about Man of Steel in comparison later on, I think, because there are some important points to be made about that. I think that there is definitely something to say about starting this 3 months after he's become Superman. Or 3 years, wasn't it?
I can't remember. It was like 3 years.
3 years, and then 3 months he's been dating Lois.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, he's been around for a while. He's, like, and I like that he's already established, and we're starting on his first loss. That's such a clever opening. Yeah. I'll be honest, I was the first 20 minutes or so, I was a little bit like,
I was like this. I was hesitant.
I don't know. And I think it's very easy when you've watched the whole film to then be like, it was brilliant. But I think if you throw yourself back to it, like that first 20 minutes, I was sat there going, oh, this might not be as good as I thought it might be. But it turned itself around very quickly. It just, for me, there was something maybe about the pacing. And I think something I had a big problem with in this film, which is probably my only nitpick, is some of the dialogue was so expositional. It felt like it didn't need to be there, if that makes sense. There's a lot of it where it's like, when like Lex like invades the ice castle, right? And he's going, and then like his assistant is like, this is a message from his parents. It's partially broken, and I can fix it. I can put it back together. It's like, the way it's being said is like, this information, half of that information the audience already knows, so we don't need to say that.
Yeah.
And it's like, would that character be saying that in that moment? I don't know. Probably not. It
something
felt out of place. And there was something
similar in the movie where they gave something a name, but it was really long-winded, and they said it every single time someone mentioned it. They said it in full, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it was.
What, a thing, or like a person, or what?
I feel like it was a thing, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was. I want to go and see it again. I'll remember. I'll remind myself. But it was something that had like a slightly long-winded name, and I just found it so bizarre that every single person called it by like the full-length thing. Yeah. What on earth? I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. It might have been that, it might have been that, but it was something I can't remember though. There was just something in it, and I loved it, like genuinely. That's like me being very, very, very nitpicky. But there was like something in it, and it's a similar thing.
It's my only nitpick.
Dialogue.
My only nitpick is the exposition. Like some of the lines, I was like, it felt like it didn't need to be there, and I think that's where I'd sort of say is like, I love this film. I would give it probably. I think I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd. I said it like 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this film. I had a great time. I teared up. I was grinning like a fucking idiot. Like I really enjoyed this film throughout, but it's not exempt from some criticisms where I have to look at it and go, actually, hot take, it's probably James Gunn's weakest superhero film.
I was having this thought last night.
It's brilliant, but that tells you how good his like filmography is with superhero stuff.
Is it better than any of the Guardians? I was thinking this last night as well.
I think it has the potential to be. I think the problem is those little nitpicks of like those expositionally sort of moments. You don't get that in the Guardians films. You don't get that in the Suicide Squad. Have you seen the Suicide Squad?
I've not seen the Suicide Squad movies. I've seen the first one. I've not seen the second one.
Oh, you have to watch the second one, man. You'll be blown away. We should do a review of that. I'd rewatch that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
I honestly like that's because it's James Gunn directed that. That's almost what got him the gig as head of like DC. He took the first Suicide Squad film and sort of turned it around, reinvented it, and just went balls to the wall. That feels much closer to what I would have liked this to have been. And it's not it's not a criticism, as I said. I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed this film. It's a testament to how good James Gunn is at making these sort of superhero films.
Yeah.
The moment, like that, I'm jumping around a little bit. We'll talk about the characters and story and all that sort of thing. Can we just appreciate, like, the scene where Mr. Terrific goes fucking boss on that fucking army camp?
That is so good.
Was probably one of my with the song playing. It's so James Gunn and so like Guardians coded. That shit I want to see. It's licensed song playing over like an action scene. One shot, one take.
What's it called again? Where they had the music playing for the radio and then it kicks up as the fighting starts, and the moment the bubble comes around, it goes back to like being on the radio.
Diegetic and non-diegetic.
Yes. It was perfect. That was proper Guardians coded,
Yeah, I love that. And that's where the personality kind of seeps through a little bit. I do think that, I don't know, I think there's some stuff where I'm like, those little tweaks would have made this film, like, it would have made it almost like a 9 or 10 out of 10 for me. But I thoroughly enjoyed it still. And I want to talk about that. I can't remember how to pronounce his name, I feel really bad. But the lead actor, David Corran something. I'm gonna have to get it up on.
Pull up the cast list.
David Corran Sweat, who plays Superman, is one of the best castings I've seen in a superhero role.
It's fantastic. It is like
like Superman's one of those characters where I just watch and I'm like, I don't know what I want him to be. My only association with Superman, obviously, Henry Cavill, but prior to that, it's like what it should be and what it should feel like is like a mix of Henry Cavill and like Christopher Reeve. And I feel like he got it. I feel like he got it. It is
very much.
There were some shots where I'm like, this feels like Christopher Reeve, like a classic. I feel like I'm looking at a classic Superman of a generation. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I never really felt that with Henry Cavill. And I love to Henry Cavill, but I feel like with him, I'm like, this guy is Superman.
I think Henry Cavill matches the style. I think his DC movie, like that generation of DC, is a lot more darker, whereas I think Christopher Reeves and the new Superman, I think they're very much, they look like the comic book style. Like I think Henry Cavill,
bright colours, comic booky, like light-hearted. It's about hope, it's about joy, it's about humanity, whereas the darker DC stuff is...
Yeah, I love Henry Cavill, but Henry Cavill, I think, was a bit too wham for Superman, I'm going to say it. But I think they kind of... Because I think Superman, when you, like, even when you look in the comics, like, he's buff, he's strong, but it's all about him being... He has to be able to get by day to day, whereas I think Henry Cavill doesn't show the Clark Kent side of it very well, whereas I think Christopher Reeves and the new Superman, I think they are very much they are a Clark Kent and a Superman, if that makes sense.
100%. And we didn't actually get much of Clark Kent in this film, which I actually don't mind. I feel like we've seen that gimmick like time and time again. I just love, like, I don't know. I loved everything about his performance. He gave off the right persona. I love the little things. I love that the suit felt like it was just
the suit was really good.
The suit was so comic
fantastic.
And I just
I
felt
love the
like
new logo as well, like the slightly updated logo.
Yeah.
I quite like it being modern. I quite like having the social media side of it and having everyone taking videos and photos. Like, it felt very much of the new era where everyone's just obsessed on their phones as he's flying through the city. Like, even having the girl, Lex Luthor's girlfriend, taking the selfies and stuff the whole time. Like, it felt really well done for the modern era.
It definitely felt like it was in the modern world, but like a modern world equivalent, where it's like it is a modern world that is not. It's used to having superheroes, which I think DC never managed to pull off before, in my eyes. Like, it started to delve into it, but like you look at the originals, like Man of Steel, and then like Batman v Superman and all that shit. Like, it tried to make it like superheroes like a weird niche thing, whereas in this world it's like it's just a given. They exist. And we've seen a few of them. We get the Justice Gang or whatever. Like, I like that we haven't
human stuff as well.
I like that we haven't got to like the Justice League yet, but we're getting the early workings of something like that. And I feel like if they ever do get round to doing the Justice League with this, like universe, I'm gonna be fucking locked in. Like, I'm gonna be so excited for that.
They announced that the other day. So when they announced the other day that like what their plan is, like 2 movies a year, multiple things, an animation a year. Along with that, they announced that they're going to be in the next couple of years, they're going to be making their way towards the Justice League.
That's the plan, isn't it? It's gotta be.
That's their goal. So it's like what would be our Infinity War Endgame situation to the DC, that will be like the establishment of the Justice League, if that makes sense. It would be like if the Avengers came together just for the last movie of the Ark of the Sorg, whatever, which I really like, because we've already discussed this in the past, that I think it depends on what style of Justice League they're going to go for, whether they're going to go for the traditional Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Green Lantern. It'd be interesting whether they do Guy Gardner as Green Lantern, or they're going to introduce, I can't remember his name.
They'll probably
the actual
Green, new one, won't they?
I can't remember what his name. The one that Ryan Reynolds played when he did the movie years ago. Whatever the actual guy's name is.
Hal Jordan.
Yes, Al Jordan. Yes, and then you've got Aquaman Jordan as well. Would technically be included in that as well.
They'd be smart if they changed it up. Because
I'm interested to see what. Because I don't know enough about the Justice League. Obviously, the Avengers is like, there are so many different iterations of the Avengers.
For me, I'm just like Batman. Like, I'll specify that for people who don't know my allegiance with DC. It's mostly just Batman. I don't really care much for a Justice League. I don't really care much for other characters in the DC universe. But Batman and his rogues gallery fascinate me. I love that, and I'm very, very, very excited for Brave and the Bold.
It interests me that they're doing Clayface so early, because
we had this concept, isn't it? I love it.
But I feel like Clayface is such a Batman villain, and doing it in the DCU, like, and even the Gotham. Did you see the Gotham City reference in the movie?
Yeah.
Like,
they're
even
tying
that,
together. But I think by the time they film Clayface, I like to think they maybe will have cast a Batman.
Do you reckon we're going to get a DCU Batman so soon?
In that, well, we're getting Brave and the Bold in a few years.
Yeah, but Brave and the Bold is not. Is Brave and the Bold DC, the DC universe?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was attached to the Matt Reeves one.
No. You have to completely ignore the Matt Reeves stuff for now. Like, everything that DC is doing is in the DCU, other than
I know that.
The Batman Part 2.
I know that, because they're doing another. So are they doing a Batman Part 3 as well for Matt Reeves as well?
Probably, but he's only just finished Part 2.
Yeah, this is the only thing. This is the only thing with me is. This was my only hesitation about doing a Batman so soon, was I think it might get a little bit confusing, and I think I just have got myself confused. I didn't realize they'd actually announced a Batman for the DCU yet, or they'd announced doing a project for it.
They've done this quite a while ago. The idea was that, again, they'll do they're not going to call it Batman. They'll call it the Brave and the Bold, and it is going to be a very different Batman iteration. It's going to be
like a Gotham. It's going to be like a Gotham TV show. Or like a Gotham whatever.
It's gonna be a Batman and I think Damian Wayne. So they're gonna have a Batman and Robin duo, as opposed to it being like. But you know the great thing about it being Damian Wayne, that technically in the context of that, it implies that Jason Todd and all the other Robins are out there. I.e., like Nightwing exists in this universe as is.
Yeah.
It's good news for you that he doesn't have to become Robin
all
first.
I want. Genuinely, all I want is a Nightwing project. The day they announce a Nightwing project, or he's in whatever project, mate, I could die happy. Genuinely, I could die happy. I want it so badly.
I think this is the universe that's going to work, and I think Superman is being met with such a positive reception that I feel like it is going to work now because they've got that confidence in themselves.
I like that they're already doing stuff where they're not doing everything from fresh. Stuff's already established. Like the Justice Gang's already established. Green Lantern's already been around for God knows how many years. Supergirl is already established. Like all this stuff, like it paves the way for so many projects that you can do where you have like what you say in the Damian Wayne. You can have your Robins already established. You can come into it knowing and basically say, oh, Batman's already had 2 previous Robins, and they're now out. One of them is whatever, one of them is Nightwing, like...
100%, yeah. I'm very excited.
It just works so well, yeah.
I'm very excited to see what they do. With this film, bringing it back round to other actors in the film, I think Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane was brilliant as well.
Amazing.
She was really... Do you not feel like really sold by their relationship?
Absolutely. Like 100%.
Do you know the first scene where where he goes into the flat and they're like making out on the side? I'm like...
Yeah.
That I'm actually surprised. Like, there's one of those ones where I'm like, how are they not in love with each other? Because that's very, very convincing, like, romance. Like, it's very convincing. Whereas, like, other films are sort of like, I don't know. I believe them more than I believe Tom Holland and Zendaya in the film.
Absolute.
Which is crazy, because they're actually dating.
It's crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. Like, I 100% agree. Like, you are so... Like, that scene... That was the scene that sold the movie for me. Like, I was a little bit hesitant, but it was the... Knowing that they're already together, they already are so in love. I think
same for me.
And
I think same,
and the fact that she already knew he was Superman, like, that's what sold me. Because I love the idea
that interview scene was fantastic, wasn't it? That where they
so
back and forth, because you really get to understand. It's a clever way of not using exposition to explain how he thinks and who he is before the message comes out in full and turns out that they had a different intention for Superman.
It was also a great way of catching everyone up of what's happened. Like, if you couldn't be bothered to read the opening text, like, it was nice to do that, to bring everyone up to speed of in the last however many years he's been Superman, however much time he's been Superman, of how his brain works and what he tries to do.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so good, that whole scene.
It was
the on the record, off the record thing. It was so funny.
Yeah. And him not able to kind of control his anger at certain things.
Yeah.
Like, annoying, right? Like, annoying. But I loved it, honestly. It was great to see. The parents of Superman as well. I can't remember the name.
They were great. Yeah,
Jor-El and Lara Von Lorvan, right? Bradley Cooper, of course. Yeah. Great to see him in that role.
I was like, is that? I was
I'd heard it before. I heard it beforehand, and obviously the mum played by Westworld alumni as well.
Yes, and I was like, I know him from somewhere. And then halfway through the film, I was like, oh my god! And generally, the Bradley Cooper one was like, is that Bradley Cooper? I was like, oh my god! Like, Jesus.
No,
there was loads though. There was so many great. John Cena. Peacekeeper.
Great.
Peacemaker, sorry.
Peacemaker.
Great.
Come on. Yeah. That was a great cameo. Again, built out the universe in a nice way. It wasn't overcomplicated. He didn't have to rock up. He's just in the background on a TV show. I like that.
Yeah. I love that whole scene when he's sitting on the sofa as they're fighting in the background.
Yeah. Oh, where they're just in the flat. I thought that when this is where I love James Gunn, right? Because that is like how do you think of something like that, man? Like, I love
it's
that. It's
so
like,
genius.
Because in the poster, that's the first look poster of Superman was that scene where he's on the sofa getting his boots on, and in the background you got this. But it's like they had this random fucking alien thing fighting the Justice Gang in the background of the scene, so that they had this really gorgeous purple and green lighting to backlight their emotional conversation. Beautiful idea, like
genius.
Only James Gunn, I think, would go
genius.
like that brave with something like that.
Have you been out there helping? No, I was trying to find the dog.
Yeah,
don't need interdimensional, whatever.
It's like an interdimensional imp. Like, they don't need me.
Yeah. Crypto.
Yeah.
What do you think of Crypto?
Loved it.
Loved it.
One of the best CGI things I've seen probably in recent cinema. Like, how good was the effects on that?
It looked amazing. It looked fantastic.
I was super impressed. Very dog-like, very believable.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Nicholas Hoult?
Oh my god, yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure from the trailer. I was never sure on him as Lex. I was like, I just don't know if he's gonna. Everyone else was like, I'm sold. I'm like, I don't know.
So good.
Absolutely, like, the performance of the film. Like,
were you as shocked as me when he killed the guy?
I was pretty shocked.
I was
pretty shocked. Yeah.
What?
I thought that's like because it's like Russian roulette, right? And he
Yeah.
spins it every time, and he missed it the first time. I thought it was going to be a thing where it goes on for a while. He's going to keep doing it, and the pressure's going to build, and then Superman's going to say something. So the fact that on the second try, just fucking glocks him, and I'm like,
I was like,
oh shit, okay, this is actually.
I was like, oh,
dark.
so we're going that far. I was like, okay, this is where.
That cemented him as a villain for me, and I think like he is brilliant, and also like in a weird way, kind of the kind of character that Lex is. And I know this obviously Nicholas Hoult is a good guy, and he's not a bad guy at all, but I love the idea of that. Like, you've got a guy who came second in the casting for Batman in Matt Reeves. You get the guy who came second in casting again for the lead in Superman, to then be offered Lex Luthor. I mean, it's almost like the perfect method acting at that point to be like, it's like his opposite number.
Always one step behind.
It's Superman's the person he could have been.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So that is
I also liked
you can bring that feeling of resentment to the role, which I think is brilliant.
I also liked at the end with the story that they just they're gonna just lock him away, and it perfectly paves the way to have him in future projects as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And not just sack him off and kill him off and do whatever.
Belgrieve was the name, wasn't it? Bell. Yeah, that's definitely a prison that's been.
Yeah, Belgrieve. Yeah, something like that.
It was definitely that's been mentioned in.
It's going
Belgrave.
to be like a. It's going to be an offshore.
I don't know.
Whatever. It's going to be like a proper.
Belrive.
Typical.
Maybe. That's it. I was saying the wrong thing. That's definitely been in films. I'm sure that has actually been.
I think it will probably be like the main.
Yeah,
it's probably like the Arkham Asylum for not. What do you call it?
Yeah, it's like that equivalent. I think it was in the original Suicide Squad film. That might be where I'm thinking
was
of
it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that where they're held? Probably.
Yeah, no, it was. Yes, sorry, it was in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
The
James Gunn
that's where
they're
one.
held.
Yeah, the prison where they're held. It's a big prison, so that's cool. Love that.
Yeah,
that's
it's a great
But he was brilliant. He really brought this sort of level of intensity to the role. Like he was giving it his absolute fucking awe, and it was like great to see him opposite David Corenswet as well. They were both brilliant to play off against each other.
They did really, really well.
I liked
how calm and collected he was with it.
The scene where he like flies into the office and he's just stood there with the coffee, and he's just like mad dogging
when he
him,
breaks the table.
Yeah,
where's the dog?
He's like, what dog? Yeah, just really chill. Like
it was when he took the drink and said the line, and he was like, "What do you say? What did you say?" And he's like, "Nothing."
Yeah. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Those sort of scenes, and then the whole idea of it's like this is the thing as well. It's like it felt so refreshing. Do you not think? Like,
yeah.
Much love to the DCEU that had this dark, grounded tone, especially well more so at the start than it did later on. But like this dark, grounded tone.
Yeah.
How fucking refreshing is it for it to be like, oh yeah, Lex Luthor just created a pocket universe and he's got like an interdimensional prison and black hole in there.
Again,
it's so comic booky, and I'm like, this is so fun, and like
it's also just having like that like being able to just do that off the start.
Yeah.
Like here, interdimensional stuff straight away.
I like it. I don't just want to see Superman
I'm
flying
saying
around
like
a
I'm
city.
so
Yeah. It's good.
That's what I'm saying. Like I enjoy that we have this. We have stakes off the start. It's not like we are starting already into the story. We don't have to be like, we don't have to be there when the person develops this technology. We don't have to be there when the first person goes interdimensional or multiversal or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and although I'm quite glad that they do that.
Some lines with exposition, it's like there's an understanding there of actually it's brave. You could very easily do a film with Superman based in the city of Metropolis, and there's one big villain and one big thing. That's what Man of Steel did, right? And like, I like the fact that during this film he fights a giant thing that just like just gets bigger and bigger. He's in like fighting against flying against a black hole, saving a baby.
Yeah.
Like breaking
Elemental
out of
Man was
prison.
cool as well.
There's a lot of
That was
I can't remember what his name is. He's got a name as well. Like is it Metamorpho, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, Metamorpho. Yeah.
Brilliant character. I haven't I didn't know what to think of him. I was sort of like keeping. I didn't want to look too much into it because I don't know if he's going to be. I don't know, any good, but great. Like a really great concept for a character. A lot of really great stuff in this. Like the sequences were so much more exciting in my eyes. Like I look at like again. Like you've got a big thing in a city, then you've got like the Ultraman thing, and you've got the pocket universe with the black hole and this sort of different aesthetic and all that sort of thing. You've got the fight scene on the beach at the military base. You've got a lot of different things with a lot of different characters doing really cool shit that we've not seen before, and it expands the universe in the right way. Like, I didn't watch this film and feel confused by the lack of context for other things. I just enjoyed it, and it is a film that you can sit back and enjoy, and you can nitpick some stuff about it, definitely, but I just think it's one of those films that I just sat and was like, I love this, and I can't wait to see what they do next in the DCU.
Yeah, it was my style of superhero. I always talk about, I love when they bring characters in that either I've not heard of or aren't like on the main track of whatever. Like to do Mr. Terrific, I'd never heard of. Hawkgirl, I'd heard of, but never, like, as far as I'm aware, never been done before. Perfect. To do Metamorpho, I'd never heard of. Guy Gardner is not a typical choice for Green Lantern. Like, it's that kind of stuff. It's so, I love that kind of stuff. Even Crypto, like to do Crypto straight off the start, like it was so nice to have this different stuff. Like it just worked so well. And it's just such a great.
We get Millie Atlock as well as Supergirl.
I'm so excited
towards
for this.
the end, which was a great little handover, knowing that we're getting that film in a year and that's already been finished. That it's like we get the dynamic there, because it was like they could very much just start that film and it's like, oh yeah, it's loosely connected to Superman, but like having her in this is like, how
I was hoping she might make. I was hoping she might like make a cameo in it. To kind of show the crossover. Also, to have Crypto's her dog. Yeah. It's so funny.
Makes sense.
So
makes sense.
Good.
The vibe makes complete sense.
It makes so much sense. I'm interested because I don't know her origin story very well.
I don't.
I'm interested to see if they do a little bit to show maybe something. Like to maybe show
I think with her they might, because I think it's very new. Yeah.
Maybe they might show like her meeting Superman or something of like where she comes from, and then basically do like jump forward to when she's a raging alcoholic and just goes partying across the solar system, kind of thing.
I like that as well. It was kind of
so funny. The red sun comment.
The red
was so
sun.
Funny.
Only planets with the red sun you're allowed to get intoxicated. Like you can't get intoxicated. It's going to be like a yellow sun. Sun. Love that. Yeah, very cool.
Genius. So good. I love it. Yeah. She was great. I think she has the I like that she's. I do like that. I hope they're going to do Supergirl as more like the rough and tumble type, like to show the dichotomy between the two of them. And I think she'll play it very well.
I also think Millie Atlock is perfect for this.
She's such a great actress, an amazing actress.
She was brilliant in House of the Dragon, and that's mainly all I've seen her in, but I can completely see her in this, and even just that short scene completely sold me on it. And again, that's the kind of familiarity you need with a cinematic universe. It can't just be, this is something completely different, but it's based in the same universe. It's nice to have it like handing over and going, your film's next. Yeah,
exactly. It is that. It's the interconnectivity, which I feel like Marvel
that could have been a post-credit scene. That could have been a post-credit scene. It wasn't.
Exactly.
And I like that.
To be honest, that's what I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be that would have been the post-credit scene. That was my guess.
Yeah.
But the post-credit scenes didn't.
I forget we also did see Supergirl in Flash as well.
Yes, not
which I completely forgot. Different Supergirl, but just just weird that we got that. Do you know what I mean?
Strange. There's an interesting. I saw a thing on Twitter today. There's an interesting thing in the hall, the Hall of Justice, or the Justice Hall, whatever it was called, where Lois goes to see Guy Gardner and everything. Did you see the mural that's on the wall behind?
I couldn't make out anyone, but I did see it.
So there's loads of different superheroes on it, like metahumans, whatever, and one of them, someone pointed out, looks very much like the Flash. So there is a chance that we're going to have the Flash already established in the universe, which would be sick if that is the case.
Yeah, let's have a look. I'm trying to find.
Yeah, there was one that someone pointed out saying it looks like the Flash, and there's a part where it looks like he like jumps forward as if he's running. So which would be very interesting. Which we forgot about the Justice League Flash as well. It'd be very interesting if they're going to already, because I assume
exactly what they can see.
Like,
yeah,
I very much doubt that we're going to get origin stories for very many people in the DCU. Batman, we ain't getting it for.
I don't want many origin stories, and
that's what I'm saying. It's
I like that we're like dipping away from that. And like,
so that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So to have like a reference to Gotham City, to Batman, to potentially Batman, to have a reference to Flash already, like I think of the Justice League, I think the only people who would potentially have an origin story is Cyborg, if they do Cyborg, because he doesn't get one in the old Justice League. As far as I'm aware, he hasn't got one. He hasn't got a solo movie. Aquaman, they don't have to do if they're going to do it. Batman, you definitely don't fucking have to do if you're going to do it. The Flash has had about 4 different Flashes in the last 10 years, which someone will have watched if they're going to come see them, whatever. Yeah. So I quite like that. And again, it goes back to that we're basically all like, we're starting like a third of the way into the story anyway. I like that we already have all these different things. The Lantern Corps already established. The Lantern Corps already established. We're going to get to see the Yellow Lantern. We're going to get to see all the fucking different lanterns at the start of next year, which I'm so excited for.
It should be good.
It's this, and this is what makes me excited for it. Like, I even though it is the first movie, I don't feel like I have to have read up or have watched about 5 or 6 different movies, which I think is an issue that Marvel has at the moment. And again, that's because they've been going on for fucking 15, almost 20 years. Like, it is nice to feel refreshed. Genuinely, when I came out the cinema, I was giddy. Like, I genuinely felt like a child. Like, the excitement, what I wanted, like, the establishment and all I wanted was to go in and for the movie to be good and for me to know that it's in good hands and we are going to get some amazing continuity and continuity stories.
Otherwise, it would crash and burn the series.
Yeah, it was like the warmth and excitement I felt inside was like such like I just felt like a proper child. Like,
it felt like it was ripped right out of the comics as well, which I love.
Yeah,
I think so. We have to sort of mention Man of Steel and talk about that as a comparison point. As much as neither. As much as I love Man of Steel at the time. I do have to say, like, I think Man of Steel, as a piece of cinema, like, individually, probably is better than Superman. But Superman is more what I would want out of a superhero franchise now.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Like, in the same way that Superman and the Batman are very different types of films. And Superman 2025 is exactly what the DCU needs to be going forward. It needs to be bright colours, about hope.
Yeah.
You got the future of these sort of comics being like adapted in this sort of fun, exciting way. I would see 100 more of these films. Man of Steel is a film you watch and go, wow, that was pretty good.
Yeah, like, I love Henry Cavill, and I still think it's unfortunate what happened where he was going to be Superman and then he wasn't Superman and all that kind of stuff. Like, all the stuff that was... Yeah, it was, and it's terrible for him. He's got a load more projects. Like, he's so talented. Like, his video game adaptations, like, he needs to go down that route because he's so passionate about that different stuff. And he is just, like... I don't think... Sadly, I don't think David would ever be my Superman. I think Henry Cavill will always be my Superman. However, if Man of Steel was in the place of Superman 2025... I don't think I'd be as excited for the DCU because I think the Man of Steel is
the perfect way of putting it.
If they had done a trilogy of standalone Superman movies with Henry Cavill, that's what that was. Henry Cavill's Supermans are more of like a Matt Reeves Batman, if that makes sense to me. Like, that's the way that I see
Batman in my eyes, but yes, I agree.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, it's the darker tone. Like, that tone, Henry Cavill, I don't think fits the wider DCU universe. Like, I just don't think that vibe. Maybe he could have played it given the opportunity, but I think the 2025 Superman works a lot better than what Man of Steel could have.
Absolutely.
Or whatever it would be.
As a universe builder, yes. Man of Steel was sort of like a confused mix of things. It was like a confused mix of, like, they're trying to start.
It was like,
building,
are we doing this? Yeah.
They're trying to start. Like, Man of Steel by itself, I think, competes along the same lines as, like, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as strong as that, but it's in the same camp. Whereas then they do Batman v Superman, and that's their next project. And that being their next project shows their they're trying to build a universe like Marvel, and they've rushed into it, and it's not gonna work.
It was
like
just
that.
it was like they didn't know whether they were going to do just a couple of Superman movies or if it was going to be this thing. So it was this in between of like, are we going to do this? Are we not going to do this? I think it would be better
set
to
them
have
up
done
separately and then bring them together.
Exactly.
They tried to do the Justice League in one film. They did Man of Steel, and then they did Batman v Superman. But forget Batman v Superman has the three of them two, and Wonder Woman, and then you've also got clips of the Flash and Cyborg in there. So it's like they're setting up the next film, which ended up being, I think the Suicide Squad came up first, but then they had
Aquaman, a Wonder Woman movie, and then Justice League.
And it's like, I just think that, I don't know, I just think it's crap. I just think they rushed into it and they just didn't know what it wanted to be. If it was its own thing and Zack Snyder had just built like his own,
I think Man of Steel as a solo movie is great. Like, it's a fantastic superhero movie, but I think it is very much. It's very much of like the Dark Knight trilogy, of a Matt Reeves trilogy. It feels like it would have been the Man of Steel trilogy would have been great.
It's not trying to be. It's not trying to be grounded. That's what I like now. We've had this obsession with grounding superheroes, making them feel realistic. This feels like it's ripped right out of a comic. It's got flashy colours, and it feels like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man again. We've not even discussed the cinematography of this movie. Oh, it's great.
It was fantastic.
The action choreography as well is brilliant. And I think that's something to look at, is the way they shoot things. A lot of people have their criticisms of the way James Gunn does his sort of fight scenes, but I think they're brilliant. I don't think there's a single shot where I was like, this looks a bit rubbish.
The flying looks fantastic.
The flying looked amazing. There was a close up of his side at one point, and it was going through. He was shaking. The camera was shaking.
Yeah,
it was wind and rain, and it was really intense. And I was like, that is what it looks like. It would feel
even
like
doing
it
all where you pan through and show the chest and everything as he's flying, and even when he's fighting the raptors and he punches the guy and it bounces off the camera. It's those little things. It feels feels comic booky to me. That feels like
those
frames bouncing off the page,
the frames could be like a comic book. Yeah,
squishing up against the page. That's what it feels like to me, and I loved it so much. The cinematography in it was unbelievable. All
amazing.
The fight scenes were. Even the CG, I thought the CG was fantastic.
CG was consistently good. It feels comic booky. It feels colourful and energetic.
All the Green Lantern stuff looks great.
It doesn't feel grounded and real, maybe, but it feels like it should. It feels fun and comic booky, and that's what it needs to be. It needs to feel like Guardians of the Galaxy. It doesn't need to feel like Man of Steel. It needs to be grounded, and I think that it needs to be the opposite of grounded, and that's what I like about it. Again, you go back to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, right? It is campy and flashy. Why did Norman Osborn get a full green fucking suit? Why did Doc Ock has a big fucking sun that he's trying to work on? It is it's camp, it's comic booky, it's daft. That's what works. Do that. And this feels like that.
Hawkgirl's scream was jarring by the end of it, I'm not going to lie. But it's accurate. But it was jarring. But no, I
liked the bit where she... What can I say? I don't know if I can... Oh, you're about to say something. You're like, can I say that? Okay, I'll say... I liked the bit where Hawkgirl murdered a substitute for Benjamin Netanyahu. It was a... We could talk a little bit about that. I don't want to go crazy with the political angle, but
I wasn't aware of this kind of stuff, so you can pop off with this.
So I'd seen stuff about before I'd seen it being Superman is the most anti-Israel pro-Palestine film that's come out of a big studio blockbuster in a long time, if not ever. And I was like, sure, fingers crossed, but sure. And then the conflict that is presented in the film, maybe not exactly the same, but so similar in a degree of them being an American ally and that collaboration almost with the stuff that's going on with Trump and stuff at the minute and Netanyahu. There's a lot of real world connotations, and I think it did it perfectly. Where Doctor Who could never fucking get that right. I think that they managed to do it in a way, and if I choose to believe that James Gunn intentionally designed this subplot of this war going on and this invasion of land that doesn't belong to this country off of the very real Palestine-Israel conflict, then I think it's fucking commendable. And I feel very warmed by that, because it's not a given that a big studio would do something like that. And if he's done that and the studio haven't realised, then even more of a fucking win for him, I'd say. But I liked it. I liked the idea of hope. It's like, it's not that the whole thing of Superman not actually showing up to this war zone, but the Justice Gang. The idea of Superman is as important as the character. The kids' hope and desperation to Superman to save them, and the Justice Gang. That's what encourages the Justice Gang to step up. They wouldn't have got involved with external affairs because they're sort of in cahoots with the US government and all that sort of thing. Like, they wouldn't have got involved in international affairs, but they have, because they've been encouraged to step up because of the idea of what Superman is. It's the idea of hope. It's the idea of humanity. It's the idea of saving people without having an allegiance. And I love that about Superman's character. I love the political angle. They really didn't need to take it there, but they did. And having the kid almost get shot was very fucking real for a moment, where I was like, it's what's going on in the world right fucking now, and it's wrong, and it's amazing to see, even if it's not directly intentional or not exactly the same, to have a connotation that strong in one of the biggest blockbuster films of this year, like superhero films of this year, as their first film in a new franchise. It gives me a lot of hope for what they're trying to say. Not just in trying to adapt fun, daft, comic booky superhero stuff and have a pocket universe with black holes, but we're actually having real commentaries on what's actually going on in our world, and I fucking loved that. That is what Superman's about for me. It's about hope. It's about humanity, and I think connecting that even slightly to something that's going on in the world right now is super important.
That whole sequence where he has the conversation with his dad, I was like, fucking rocked me. And then he goes to the screen and you see all the kids putting the flag up, and I was like, it was so good.
When the music swells up there, the Superman theme, and it's
we've not even spoke about the music.
When they lift the flag, and it's like they sort of slowed down, like duh, 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 duh. I was like, that. I mean, even now talking about it, I'm like, that is getting me tearing up, because it's such an important part of the film.
So hard with the music for this movie. They cooked so hard. Track 7 goes wild, man. That I love. That all build up on Twitter was so funny.
It obviously wasn't going to be Batman, but it was like a lot of people.
But I think having it so close to Batman, and then what the actual scene was is wild.
Yeah.
The new Superman theme, the like punk, the like Rocky style, is just, even the trailer when the first trailer came up for this movie, and it's the scene where all the things are flying towards the little girl and he grabs her, and when they played that in the trailer and kicked up the music at that point, that was the moment I was sold on this movie.
Yeah, 100%.
I was like, this shit's gonna be so good.
And I think as well, something worth talking about is a lot of people would welcomely criticize this as like, they're just using the old Superman theme to invoke nostalgia. No, they didn't, because they didn't just play the theme. They took the essential core motif and notes of the theme and worked it into the hero-like moments of the film's the soundtrack. Most of the soundtrack didn't have that, but it was the key moments where it helps. That nostalgia helps elevate the scene and the moment, because you're familiar with it, and deep down you're like, that's Superman, you know?
Yeah.
And when that ramps up, and they're not just sticking the track on from the 70s. They are using the theme and notes to sort of give you the same feeling that you have maybe from a generation ago when people watched Superman for the first time.
I'm not nostalgic for the old Superman theme, I'll be honest. Like,
no.
It was a long before my generation.
But it's such a well-known theme that it resonates somewhat. Do you know what I mean?
It's this thing where it's like, there are some things in this world where the music goes hand in hand with whatever it is. I think Superman's one of them. I think Harry Potter's another one of them. I think Star Wars is another one of them. I think the Avengers now, I couldn't imagine in 20 years' time, if they, for some reason, axed the MCU and decide to do Avengers again, doing it without the Avengers theme. Like, it's those little things, and I think doing Superman
music is so
without,
important in film.
I think Spider-Man is one of them as well. I think the original, like the old Spider-Man themes and stuff, I think are similar. Like, I think music is so important, and I think doing Superman without what is his theme or trying to remake it, like, you almost isolate yourself. Like, yes, there's a part of it where if you use this theme, you're going to get a wider audience, but again, like you've just said, you're not just using it, you're using it but updating it for a new, and
because they use some
credit to John Williams, like
they use some of it in like the Justice League film as well, and they were rightly criticised for like just playing the track basically.
Exactly.
I don't think it was a Superman theme; it was the Batman theme, and they did it in the Flash as well. But that was relevant because it was the literal same version of the character.
Yeah.
But this is like they're not just playing the track; they are taking a few notes from the original and they're using it. They're putting it with new music. They're rescoring it. It's a completely original soundtrack with elements. Tiny elements scratched off of the iconic moments from the very original Superman theme, and that makes it. Do you know what I mean? When I watch this, I don't feel like it's just yet another Superman iteration. I feel like it feels like the modern version of what Christopher Reeve's Superman was, and that was so big.
It feels like what it should be is like a comic book accurate, like a happy-go-lucky Superman style, which is the start of an extended universe, and that's exactly what it feels like. They've hit it the nail on the head. It is exactly what it should be. It is, and it makes me so excited for the future. To know we're getting Supergirl in a year's time, to know we're getting the Lantern Corp in a couple of months' time, to know we're getting Peacemaker season 2 in a couple of months' time. It makes me excited.
I'm locked in. I'm gonna watch these things. I'm going to tune into these shows and these films. I'm more excited about this than I am of the current state of Marvel. I've not watched a Marvel project in a while, and I know there's been some good ones. I know Thunderbolts was supposed to be pretty good.
Thunderbolts was fantastic.
I'm more excited about this because it's new. Yeah. It's more. It's like what I've wanted to see for a long time. I've wanted to see DC do well. I've wanted to see it really go in that direction. Don't
get me wrong, I'm excited for Fantastic Four. Like, I've been fucking shouting from the rooftops about Fantastic Four for the last couple of years, like ever since everything came out. So it makes me so excited for this. And do you know what? Even the fucking did you see the Ironheart? Did you see who was in Ironheart? Have you seen this? Seen Sacha Baron Cohen's in Ironheart?
Yes, I have.
As Mephisto. Not being funny. Genius casting.
Great
and it's
casting,
these kind of things. It's like it makes me excited that I know superhero movies have been done to death, and I think Marvel has fucking just washed the market and made crappy movies for the last couple of years. And I hope that we are going back into a second, like another golden age of superhero movies, whether that is just with DC. I hope that Marvel fucking buck their ideas up and they have a good run. Like I've said, I'm worried about Doomsday. I am so fucking worried about Doomsday. I think Fantastic Four is going to be incredible. I think it's going to be absolutely unbelievable.
What I think excites me the most is the amount of people who've got involved with upcoming projects, right? And that's the thing as well I'm looking at here, the DC universe. Like, James Gunn's obviously kicked it off with Superman.
Yeah.
You've got Craig Gillespie, who's directing Supergirl, right? He, just again, to give you a brief history of each person, so he worked on, he directed I, Tonya, which I think did amazingly well. Cruella very recently as well.
Yeah. Has
some good credits to his name, right? And then we get to James Watkins, who's directing Clayface. Hasn't done as much, admittedly, but has a good credit. He's got Speak No Evil. He did The Woman in Black quite a few years ago as well. He directed that. So again, some people who have worked there. But then you've got Andy Muschietti doing Brave and the Bold. Now, he directed The Flash. He also directed It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. He's a talented director, experienced director, quite big in the industry. James Mangold, who did Logan, who did the latest Indiana Jones film. He's doing Swamp Thing. You've got I'm terrible at pronouncing names. I always butcher them. Luca Guadagnino, who I feel terrible for mispronouncing because he's probably the most. I mean, he is directing an upcoming project called Sergeant Rock for the DCU, and he's done Queer. He did Challengers. Yeah, like he Call Me by Your Name. Like he's a massive director.
I think they've got the DCU so many also gives an opportunity to establish new directors. Like I think the one thing that Marvel sometimes struggles with is that they use the fact that they've brought the Russo brothers back to do the Avengers movies, like they like to use the same. I understand doing like trilogies and stuff, but they like to use the same directors, and I think the DCU is a good chance to give new directors who maybe have the potential.
My one hope for the DCU is that they don't. With Marvel, what they've done is they've taken talented directors and they've just studioified them, where they can't really do anything original or new. It has to fit within the vibes of the universe. I hope the DCU does is it's able to keep everything in the same universe whilst also being stylistically different, allowing talented creatives to do their thing. I want like these directors to come in and I want them to make a film like they would make a film.
Exactly.
And it still fits within the universe. It doesn't have to be about, you know, this, that and the other. Like it can be.
I think there's more potential for this as well, because I think Marvel I think that's why James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy was so good, because they are different to the other Marvel. They're a different style. I think one thing that
they're completely different, but in the same universe, right? That's
exactly.
The point.
And I think DC there are more superheroes and more villains and more anti-heroes, whatever you want to call them, in the universe who you couldn't do. Like you couldn't do every. I'm not being funny. You can't do Brave and the Bold in the Superman style. It has to be different. Like I don't want them all to come in and try and replicate what James Gunn's done with Superman. I want them to come in and be like, okay, I'm doing a Batman movie and a Robin movie. I can't do it like the Superman one. Like I couldn't imagine you having the whole fucking one camera motions and the spins and stuff. They'll
have enough continuity and enough similarity where it will be in the same universe. But it doesn't.
I hope Supergirl's different. I hope
Supergirl, I hope, is different. Yeah, I think it visually will be quite simple. I think it'll be maybe more space focused. Maybe I don't really know.
I just hope. I hope it's with her being a different, like trying to be the dichotomy of Superman. I hope they have changed the cinematography style slightly and changed the directing style.
I hope they have more fun with it. I like to look at it as like this is like almost like Spider-Gwen to Spider-Man, right? Like we need like a stylistic, different, maybe a bit more punky kind of like fun party kind of vibe. Clayface like should be body horror, and I think it will. Mike Flanagan's fucking writing it. I love Mike Flanagan. I trust that man. Like I think this could be a really good project as well, and the fact that these are the first 3 films that are coming out of the DCU is just so exciting.
I still can't believe that we're getting
confirmed
a Clayface.
to me that it works, but yeah, a Clayface body horror film. I can't
believe it. We're getting a Clayface so early on. It's gonna be so good. Even like honestly, I can't like the fact they've gone straight into doing Supergirl, Lanterns, Sergeant Rock, like all these ones that have never really properly been done again. Like Supergirl obviously has, but like they're doing so many projects. Like, did they not announce they're doing Teen Titans and stuff as well, or there's some other stuff that they're wanting to do, which, just kooks. Like honestly, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm just reading about like their inspiration for this. In December 2024, DC Studios greenlit the film for the DCU. This is Clayface, with a script written by Flanagan. Safran compared the film's tone to the 1986 film The Fly. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Holy shit! Like that just immediately gets me like on. But The Fly is a body horror film, which is gruesome, and it's about Jeff Goldblum, who plays a scientist, and he tries to invent teleportation. So he has these 2 pods, and the pod, he goes in one pod, and it breaks down his DNA, and then it reconstructs it in the other pod, and it's effectively, he's teleported. A massive invention, right? But when he's testing it, he's not really getting everything right. He's very just like, very experimental. He's using himself as a test subject. A fly gets in one of the test chambers with him.
I knew this is what you were going to say.
And then they both get disintegrated and then rebuilt on the other side. But the fly's gone on the other side. And then as time goes on, he starts to just turn into a giant fly.
Yeah, like stuff starts to come out of his body.
And it's like his fingernails start to come off and his like hairs and like restruck coming out of his face. Brilliant, like body horror, classic film. So the fact that they're making a Clayface thing like that is brilliant, because that's what Clayface is. Clayface, like an actor who turns into this sort of like creature who can look like anything. I'm very excited to see.
I love they're doing Clayface, man. I'm so glad.
Yeah,
is Clayface Gotham City?
Clayface, I think, is Gotham. It's unclear. It's just a DC character, I guess. It could be.
No, I'm saying it doesn't. Is Clayface usually from Gotham City, or usually?
I think so. Yeah,
because I always thought he was very much a Batman villain, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I always remember from the. Is he in the Batman games and any of the Arkham games?
Yes, he is. Yes, famously he is. He's like he's the final boss battle in Arkham City. Yeah, he's brilliant in that as well.
So he's that could be our first. That would be banging if that's our first Gotham City one.
Yeah. So Tom Rhys Harris has been cast in it. He was in Dot and Bubble, Doctor Who episode.
Oh, was he?
He was the young blonde lad who got fucking killed.
Really?
So he's been cast as Clayface.
Wow.
Which is crazy. I mean,
that's wild.
What a bloody promotion. Damn. But yes, that is the future of the DCU. I'm very excited, and I'm love
so
Superman.
excited.
What an amazing introduction to this universe.
So good.
And heralded, of course, by James Gunn, the GOAT, some would say. Which brings us on to our Just News story of today, which I'm going to run straight into because that's the best segue I've got. Thomas Thwaites, man who lived as a goat, explains why and says it was a special kind of time.
What? Man who lives as a... Okay.
Tom Thwaites used prosthetic limbs and ended up walking in a field with the animals. Known as Goat Man, Thomas Thwaites, 34, has written a book, How to Take a Holiday from Being a Human After Becoming Disillusioned with Life. A man has been describing how he was so stressed with his daily life that he decided to live as a goat.
What?
We've already said that. Yeah, we've already read out his book. Speaking to BBC Radio 4's Today programme, the 34-year-old said he made the decision after dog-sitting his niece's happy, joyous dog, and he thought, wouldn't it be nice to just have a break from all of this stress? How can you be that stressed looking after a dog?
Well, surely you become...
I am dog sitting right now, and I'll tell you, I am fucking zen. I am relaxed, man. I'm loving it. I'm not stressed looking after a dog. Boring fucker.
But he chose to be a goat.
Anyway, we'll get to that. Yeah, I'm sure we will. He said that he remembered thinking as a school, if he were a cat, he wouldn't have to go to school. Yes, you'd also be a cat, and you'd have to lick your own testicles to clean yourself. So
yeah.
Swings and roundabouts. Well, maybe that's what you wanted. But rather than just letting my childish wishes go, I wrote to the Wellcome Trust, and they gave me a small arts award, which called by bluff, I suppose, he said. I don't know what he's talking about. It became an investigation into how close we can come... I don't want independent premium, thank you. It became an investigation into how close we can come to fulfilling this ancient human dream. I did a bit of research, and you can easily find all of the cave paintings depicting half human, half beast. You know, it's so funny that we were literally just talking about Clayface and the Fly.
Yeah.
That probably would be a better segue, I think. After receiving the funding, Mr. Thwaites went through a number of prototypes, including a wooden structure, but ended up using prosthetic limbs and walking in a field with goats.
I am perplexed.
I would need to see a photo of it. I mean, there's just a photo of him, but there's no photo of the goat. And I kind of feel like I need to see that to understand what's going on here. I went to a goat farm in the Alps and had some prosthetics made by a doctor at the University of Salford Prosthetics Clinic, including prosthetic hooves and prosthetic back legs, he said. He said he even attempted to give his stomach a similar digestive qualities to that of a goat by eating grass. Some people, and I mean this lightly, no offence to Thomas Thwaites, some people need to be behind bars.
This is not
this
right.
Person
he is
one
not
of them.
Right in the head.
What the actual fuck?
What? How do you go from dog sitting to in the Alps in a goat farm eating grass?
I guess we'll find out. I mean, there's not much left of this article, but I'm going to have to find out more. Mr. Thwaites added that he would recommend being a goat, describing it as a special kind of time. He lasted 3 days on a goat farm before he left and crossed the Alps, and now he's happily back to normal human life.
Oh, he's happily back to his normal life. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
Bet you are. Your Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Never live that one down. Yeah. Yeah, straight back to his normal human life and then contacted the fucking BBC Radio 4. Dickhead.
Yeah.
It was not the first time Mr. Thwaites had embarked on an extraordinary experiment. In 2009, after being inspired by Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where Arthur Dent crash lands onto a primitive planet and is unable to build a toaster, replicating his modern world, he set out to do just that. Mr. Thwaites said the project took 9 months and £1,200 to complete.
What? To build a toaster?
I don't understand why.
Brother, you've bought a £1,200 toaster. Sorry?
I would like to see the
What?
It's not as weird as I thought it would be, but it's sort of like maybe weirder that he didn't dress up entirely as a dog, a goat. Sorry,
that is so bizarre. Why has he got a helmet on? Why?
I don't understand why he's got a helmet on. I don't get it. What a strange,
I don't get it.
Strange man. Nah.
He's a wrong'un.
Absolute wrong. Check his hard drive. Honestly,
no,
it's just goats.
No. Why does his helmet look like the fucking pilot helmets from Star Wars? You know, the guys who pilot the Death Stars and stuff, and like the general officers. Why has he got the bar thing on the back? Like, surely put some horns on it. Like, come on, like, try.
I just think it's so like, I want to be known for something.
It's a cry for help. That's what it is.
It's a cry for help. It's like a cry. It's how it goes back to that whole thing. Is people would rather be famous for doing something fucking shit than be not famous at all.
It's a cry
I would
for help.
rather not be famous than live in the Alps as a goat and then tell the world about it.
The £1,200 toaster should have been a sign, but the goat farm in the Alps is definitely a cry for help.
Dickhead.
This is not goat behaviour, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he's not the goat.
This is not good behaviour. It's not even both meanings. He's not a goat.
The more photos I see of it, the more I'm confused. He's not even dressed like a goat.
Exactly. Disgusting behaviour. At least try. Could have tried.
Absolute shit. Sorry. I hate that. Terrible. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Nostalgia Bit. We have a lot more exciting things coming. I think we're going to also be reviewing Fantastic Four very soon as well.
We are.
So
2 weeks.
Stay tuned for that. But if you have enjoyed this, please do leave us a like, comment below for your thoughts on Superman if you've seen it already. We'd love to know what you think. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, and give us a hearty 5-star review. As you know, it does help. You can follow us on social media on Twitter and Instagram, as well as TikTok as well. We don't really post much on there now, but yes, you can follow us on all those places linked in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, listening, and we will see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.